Hey, baseball fans, this is Chris Singleton, and welcome to MLB The Show.
Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Looking first at the NL East, the Giants combined for a four-hitter as they took down... It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals grabbed 13 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Giants 8-6. The Mets had 12 hits as a team as they took down the Red Sox on the road 12-5. Jesus Estrada got the win, his sixth so far this year, as the Marlins downed the Guardians 3-1. The Padres got an astounding 20 hits in total as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 15-2. The Atlanta Braves smacked 15 team hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 8-2. The Reds combined to allow only 4 hits as they defeated the visiting Yankees 3-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates put together 10 total hits as they grabbed an extra innings win over the Brewers 6-5. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals combined for 10 hits as a team as they sank the visiting Buccos 6-5. The Rockies held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they took down the Fish in Miami 2-0. Brennan Davis smacked a home run and drove in 3, leading Cleveland over the Phillies 6-3. The New York Mets totaled 11 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 3-1. The Braves allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 4-2. The Brewers got 18 hits as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 9-4. The Tigers combined to give up just 5 hits as they beat the Cardinals on the road 3-2. The Los Angeles Dodgers amassed 14 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Angels 11-9. The San Diego Padres swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they took down the Red Sox on the road 7-3. The Baltimore Orioles smacked 15 team hits as they defeated the visiting Giants 7-3. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Twins put up 16 hits on the day as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 10-9. The Blue Jays center fielder, number 46, was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits, helping Toronto beat Houston 8-6. His modest hitting streak was also extended to 5 straight games. The Tampa Bay Rays allowed only 5 hits in the game as they defeated the A's in Oakland 3-2. Dustin May got the W, his 11th this season, helping lead the Mariners over the Yankees 3-2. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Rangers launched 3 home runs as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 5-3. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the... Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting off in the National League East, the Detroit Tigers picked up 14 hits in total as they bested the visiting Nats 10-2. Will Morcaldi picked up win number 8 this year as the Yankees disposed of the Phillies 5-1. The Atlanta Braves amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 5-3. Jorge Alcala grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, as the Mets turned away the Dodgers 6-5. The Pirates allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they beat the visiting Marlins 2-0. The Cubs sent 3 balls into the seats as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 7-5. The Colorado Rockies totaled 13 hits as a team as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 8-7. The Minnesota Twins knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals combined for a 4-hitter as they beat the visiting Red Sox 3-1. The Dodgers combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 4-1. The Pittsburgh Pirates hit 3 long balls as they stomped the Brewers 9-1. The Cubs starting pitcher, number 45, got the W, his 11th this season, as the Cubbies disposed of the Rockies 4-3. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. Akil Baddoo swung the bat well with 3 hits, as the Pods disposed of Baltimore 3-2. He is currently the National League leader in batting average. Bernardo Valencia collected his 8th win overall, leading the Cardinals to a win over San Francisco 3-1. The Twins launched 3 home TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Nick Gonzalez was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as Atlanta downed the Phillies 10-4. The Cincinnati Reds grabbed 13 hits in the game as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 7-3. The Cleveland Guardians got an astounding 20 hits in total as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 14-4. The A's got 12 hits in this one as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 10-5. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Looking first at the NL East, the Redbirds went deep 4 times as they pulled away from the Nationals 8-2. They now have 5 straight wins. In other Nationals news, starting pitcher Luis Cosmo will be out of action for at least 10 days as he's been placed on the injured list. He's suffering from cartilage damage in his shoulder. The Buccos knocked out 12 hits as a team as they were victorious in extra innings over the Marlins 7-6. Jordan Walker drove in 4 and had a home run, leading the Metropolitans over the Royals 9-8. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals put up 16 hits on the day as they cruised to the win over the Cardinals 10-1. In other news from Washington, D.C., right fielder Juan Zambrano has been placed on the 10-day injured list. He's got an ACL sprain. The Marlins had 12 hits as a team as they sank the visiting Buccos 9-5. Peter Alessio had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits, leading the Metropolitans over the Royals 8-5. Ernest Spanos earned his 10th win overall out of the bullpen as it landed down to the Phillies 5-4. The Cubs starting pitcher, number 33, got the win throwing 8 shutout innings as the Cubs got past the Reds 5-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The Diamondbacks starting pitcher, number 76, struck out 10 batters and earned the W as the Diamondbacks pushed past the Yankees 5-3. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. The Texas Rangers combined to give up just 5 hits as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 10-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers got 12 hits in this one as they sank the Mariners 9-2. The Milwaukee Brewers picked up 14 hits in total as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 5-4. The San Francisco Giants allowed only 5 hits in the game as they got the home victory against the Astros 4-1. The Rays amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Red Sox on the road 7-2. The Oakland Athletics swatted 4 home runs in this one as they beat the O's in Baltimore 12-4. It was their 5th straight victory. The Tigers hit 3 long balls as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 13-2. The Minnesota Twins allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 4-1. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim sent 3 balls into the seats as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 5-3. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals put together 10 total hits as they got the win in extra innings over the Cardinals 7-5. As of today, the Cardinals sit in last place in the National League Central Division, while the Nationals sit in first place in the National League East Division. The Pirates totaled 13 hits. The trade deadline looms large. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, Grant Levine collected 6 runs driven in on a total of 3 hits, leading Washington to a win against the Mets 12-3. He is currently among the NL leaders in runs batted in. The Philadelphia Phillies pounded out 17 hits in this one as they pulverized the Twins 11-3. The Pittsburgh Pirates racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 8-3. The Miami Marlins knocked out 12 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 7-3. Vaughn Grissom was a clutch performer at the dish with 4 RBIs, leading the White Sox to a victory over their Windy City rival Cubs 4-2. The Brew Crew launched 3 home runs as they ran over the Reds 9-3. Nick Pratto was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as Kansas City claimed the win over the Cardinals 11-1. The Diamondbacks picked up 14 hits in total as they bested the visiting Rockies 5-4. Evan Phillips collected his first W this season as the Giants defeated their rival Dodgers 4-3. The Mariners starting pitcher, number 64, collected the victory in his 12th win, helping lead the Mariners past the Padres 4-3. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Toronto Blue Jays swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 8-3. The Orioles had 12 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Red Sox 7-6. The Astros amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Guardians 10-7. The Halos combined for 10 hits as a team as they were able to get the walk-off victory against the Tigers 7-5. The Yankees totaled 11 hits as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 7-6. That's the show for today. The trade deadline is fast approaching. We'll tell you what your team did on Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Mets got 12 hits in this one as they bested the visiting Nats 7-6. The Twins combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 5-1. The Braves picked up 14 hits in total as they sank the visiting Buccos 9-6. The Marlins completed a 3-game series sweep as they dismantled the A's 12-5. Isaac Paredes was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as the Northsiders took down the Southsiders 11-3. Well, this is it, the final day of the season for teams to make trades. There could be a flurry of action as the day goes on, but before we get there, here's a recap of what went down yesterday. Starting off in the National League East, the Minnesota Twins amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the Nationals in Washington 8-5. The New York Mets hit 3 long balls as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 8-5. JT Ginn won his 4th game thus far, leading the Phillies to victory over the Red Sox 4-2. The Reds sent 3. The trade deadline has come and gone. Here's a recap of what happened on and off the field yesterday. Looking first at the NL East, Jack McCracken got the win, putting him at double digits this season with 10, helping Minnesota get past the Nationals 3-1. His ERA is currently in the top 5 in the American League. The Astros starting pitcher, number 2, earned win number 7 this season as the Stros got the best of the Mets 5-1. Chris Flexen grabbed win number 6 on the year as the Red Sox pushed past the Phillies 2-1. The Cincinnati Reds knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Marlins 5-3. The Brewers smacked 15 team hits as they took down the visiting Braves 8-5. The Chicago Cubs picked up 14 hits in total as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 9-8. The Pirates picked up, 19 hits in this one as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 15-9. The Friars swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they got the Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Braves starting pitcher, number 14, earned the victory, which was his 10th on. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Looking first at the NL East, Nico Hoerner had a day to remember with 3 home runs totaling 5 RBIs, leading the Braves to a victory over the Nationals 7-2. He extended his hitting streak to a modest 6 straight games. The Reds pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they knocked out the Fightin' Phils 18-0. The Mets amassed 14 hits in the game. Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Atlanta Braves launched 3 home runs as they took down the Nationals in Washington. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals relief pitcher, number 22, was victorious for the 5th time this season as the Nationals took down the Orioles 8-3. In other Nationals news, starting pitcher Mike Gonzalez is headed to the injured list for at least the next 10 days. They say it's a torn pectoral muscle. The New York Yankees picked up 14 hits in total as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-4. The Tampa Bay Rays had 12 hits as a team as they took down the Fish in Miami 6-3. The New York Mets hit 3 long balls as they defeated the visiting Angels 5-4. The St. Louis Cardinals got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 9-5. The Cubs allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Mariners 3-2. The Cincinnati Reds smacked 15 team hits as they got the extra inning victory against the Guardians 8-7. The Milwaukee Brewers amassed 14 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Tigers 5-3. The Diamondbacks starting pitcher, number 76, allowed only 1 earned run pitching into the 9th inning, leading the Diamondbacks to a win against the Blue Jays 5-1. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. The Dodgers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Rockies 7-4. The Pittsburgh Pirates got 11 hits overall as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 7-4. Evan Phillips grabbed his 2nd win of the year as the Giants beat the Red Sox 2-1. The Chicago White Sox held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 3-1. The Rangers combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 6-1. Shane Baz picked up win number 8 this year as the Astros downed Oakland 3-0. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games and we'll talk to you tomorrow. TGIF and welcome. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals got 18 hits as they pulverized the Braves 15-0. The win was their 6th straight as a team. William Beach had 3 hits in the contest as the Diamondbacks slithered past the Fish 7-4. JT Ginn got his 6th win of the year out of the bullpen as the Phillies disposed of the Cubs 5-2. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they nabbed an extra innings win over the Braves 8-2. It was their 7th win in a row. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Braves broke up their 7-game losing skid as they pulled away from the Nationals 8-2. In the standings, the Braves are in 2nd place in the NL East, yet they currently lead the race for the National League wildcard. And the Nationals are atop the division. They have a 3-game cushion. The D-backs brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they manhandled the Marlins 9-3. As of right now, the Marlins are in last place in the NL East. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, 18 games out of first. The Chicago Cubs totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 6-1. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Looking for Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Chicago Cubs picked up 14 hits in total as they took down the Nationals in Washington 7-5. The Mets shortstop, number 1, really cashed in at the dish with 3 hits and 6 RBIs, leading the Metropolitans past the Braves 9-7. He is currently among the doubles leaders in the National League. The A's sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-2. The Diamondbacks knocked out 10 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Marlins 6-3. The Pirates grabbed 13 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Giants 5-1. Hunter Green collected his 8th win overall as the Reds took care of the Cardinals 3-2. The Brewers combined for a 4-hitter as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 5-3. Francisco Alvarez picked up 3 base knocks in the ballgame as the Dodgers beat the Red Sox 6-3. The Yankees amassed 14 hits in the game as they bested the visiting Padres 6-3. The Rays pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 3-1. The Detroit Tigers launched 3 home runs as they blew out Baltimore 8-2. The White Sox amassed an impressive 6 home runs in the game as they got the home victory against the Astros 11-6. The Mariners combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 3-1. The Angels put together 10 total hits as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 7-3. The Twins hit 3 long balls as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 7-5. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. The beginning. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Atlanta Braves sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the visiting Mets 7-4. The Padres combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Marlins 6-4. The Giants went deep 4 times as they made it a laugher against the Diamondbacks 13-3. The Royals racked up 11 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Rays 3-2. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 11-5. The Braves had 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets 7-6. The Phillies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 4-2. The Miami Marlins got 12 It's the first day of September, the final full month of the regular season, and that, of course, means rosters have been expanded. Major League teams can now carry 28 players, so we'll be seeing some fresh faces making their debuts in today's games. But before that all gets underway, here's what happened in the final day of August. Looking first at the NL East, the Philadelphia Phillies put together 10 total hits as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 10-2. Pete Crow Armstrong had 3 hits on the day as the Cubs downed Miami 9-8. Shane Bieber earned his 10th win overall out of the bullpen, helping San Diego pass the Mets 1-0. The Reds allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 3-2. The Milwaukee Brewers smacked 15 team hits as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 10-3. The Cardinals held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they sank the visiting Buccos 4-0. The Los Angeles Dodgers totaled 11 hits as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 8-3. The New York Yankees knocked out 12 hits as a team as they blew out the Jays 8-0. The Kansas City Royals combined for 10 hits as a team as they defeated the Rays in extra innings 5-4. The Chicago White Sox got 11 hits overall as they bested the Tigers in extra innings 4-3. Fletcher Nelson collected his first ever W at the big league level, helping the Guardians to the W over the Twins 3-2. That now makes 8 straight wins for the team. The Houston Astros launched 3 home runs as they defeated the visiting Angels 5-3. The Oakland Athletics allowed only 5 hits in the game as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 8-1. The Seattle Mariners amassed 14 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Orioles 10-2. And that's the show on this first day of September. It should be a fun day of watching all the newly minted major leaguers making their debuts. And don't forget to listen in tomorrow to see how they did.